If you've got a box of Jiffy Cornbread Mix, you are halfway to making the coziest, most flavorful cornbread dressing. Perfect for the holidays or a Sunday dinner. Hi, I'm Christina from It Is a Keeper and CakeMixRecipes.com. I share tried and true recipes that anyone can make. I believe if you can read, you can cook. Today, I'm showing you how to make Jiffy Cornbread Dressing, a shortcut version of a Southern classic that's full of flavor and impossible to mess up. To make it even easier for you, I included a link to the full printable recipe in the video description below, so make sure you grab it. So the first thing we need to do to make our Jiffy Cornbread casserole is to make the Jiffy Cornbread. So what I've done is I have prepared 4 packages of standard, these little blue boxes of Jiffy Cornbread. And I followed the directions on the side of the box. I made 4 of them. And I like to do this the day before I'm gonna make this casserole, but if you forget, you could totally do it the day of. It's perfectly fine. So I am going to set this aside while we work on the rest of our casserole ingredients. So we're going to move on to the vegetable part of the casserole. So we're gonna have a skillet here over medium-high heat. It's been preheating, so I'm going to add some butter. And then to this, we're going to add some onions, some celery, and some green bell pepper. And we're just going to saute these until the vegetables soften. Okay, so it looks like our vegetables have softened nicely. I'm going to add some poultry seasoning, and I'm also going to add some of my all-purpose seasoning. If you don't have this, you can add salt and pepper, but really you should have the all-purpose seasoning. It's that much better. And we're gonna stir that in. I will include a link to my poultry seasoning recipe in the show notes because it's super easy to make at home. All right, this looks perfect. I'm going to get this all cleaned up, get our cornbread back in, and we are going to assemble our casserole. Okay, so our veggies are done. We're going to start assembling our casserole. So to a large bowl, I have the cornbread that we've prepared, and we're gonna crumble about half of it into there. You want pretty big crumbles. You don't want like crumbs. And then to this, we're going to add our veggie mixture. And to start bringing everything together, I'm going to add some chicken stock. So maybe about a cup or so here. And we'll start stirring, but we're going to be gentle because we don't want to break up the cornbread too much. So now I'm going to add in the remainder of our cornbread. So in that goes, just chunking that up. And then a little bit more of our chicken broth. So this is one of those recipes where there is a recipe with measurements, but you kind of got to use your judgment here. And you just don't want the cornbread to be too wet or too dry. So I like at this point to just get in with my hands and gently fold everything together. Like I said, we don't want to break it up, and it is pretty moist from that chicken broth. That's why you can measure it out, but don't just go pouring it all in. Add it slowly, feel it. You're kind of looking for like that kind of texture. This is perfect, actually. I got to clean up my cornbread fingers, and we're gonna get this into our baking dish and into the oven. All right, so I have our baking dish. I'm just gonna give it some non-stick spray, just a quick coating here. And then we're gonna transfer our entire bowl of cornbread dressing right into here. All right, get everybody in a single layer. This looks amazing. And we're going to pop this into a preheated oven and bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes. We're just looking for the top to get crispy and our cornbread to dry out a little bit. This Jiffy Cornbread Dressing is cozy, flavorful, and so easy to make. And you saw it was just a handful of ingredients. Here's a little tip to make this even more flavorful. You can mix in cooked sausage or even some jalapeno peppers to make it your own. And yes, you can totally make this ahead. It is the perfect holiday dish, and I cannot wait to scoop into this. So I'm going in. I'm gonna go for this nice crispy brown part right here. Oh, it smells amazing. Oh, I don't know if you can hear how crunchy it is on top. Beautiful golden. Oh. New holiday favorite. You guys, this Jiffy Cornbread Dressing is definitely a keeper. Oh my gosh, the flavor is amazing. This is a great way to save time without sacrificing homemade taste. Now, make sure you share this recipe with someone who loves good food. And of course, don't forget to grab that full printable recipe in the video description. Thank you so much for cooking with me today. If you love easy holiday sides, you need to check out my Southern Cornbread Casserole next. It's rich, creamy, and oh so good. Click right here and I will see you over there.